Real estate agents, let me ask you a question. How is it that two agents can join the same brokerage, receive the same training, scripts, technology, marketing, CRM, yet one agent can sell 40 to 50 homes a year while the other agent struggles to sell a couple of homes a year? It isn't because one is luckier. It isn't because one is smarter. And it certainly isn't because one had better technology. The difference is something much deeper. The difference is the mindset. Your mindset creates your decisions. Your decisions create your actions. Your actions create your habits. Your habits determine your results, and your results become your life. Everything starts with the way you think. Most agents believe success begins with more leads. I disagree. Success begins with better choices, and better decisions come from a stronger mindset. Every single day you're making decisions. Do I prospect today? Do I make one more phone call? Do I shoot that video? Do I knock that neighborhood? Do I follow up with that lead? Do I spend an hour learning? Do I wake up early? These decisions might seem small, but over a year's time, they're the difference between selling 5 homes and 50. Here's what most people don't realize. You never make the decision based solely on logic. You make the decision based on your beliefs. If you believe people don't want to hear from you, you won't make that call. If you believe you're bothering people, you'll avoid prospecting. If you believe the market is terrible, you'll stop marketing. If you believe nobody's buying, you'll stop looking for buyers. The market didn't change your behavior, your mindset did. And your mindset influences every decision that you make. And this is why typically top producing agents will be top earners regardless of the market, because they don't let outside factors dictate their beliefs and their decisions. As a real estate agent, if you want to be a top producer, earn 6 figures plus, and have an awesome lifestyle, everything starts with a mind shift. You have to become before you have. Here's one of the biggest mistakes agents make. They believe, when I start making 6 figures, then I'll become confident. When I start getting listings, then I'll act like a professional. When I close 20 homes, then I'll think like a top producer. No, 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 you have it completely backwards. Top producers don't become successful and then change their thinking. They change their thinking first, and then success follows. Become the professional. Do the professional activities. Then you'll have the professional results. Don't wait for success to give you the confidence. Develop the confidence through preparation. Develop the confidence through action. Develop the confidence through consistency. Your identity determines your income. Ask yourself every morning, how would a multi-million-dollar producing agent show up today? How would they answer the phone? How would they negotiate? How would they follow up? How would they treat every single client? Start becoming that person now. There is absolutely no reason to wait. You're basically a magnet. And if you think, feel, and work like a top producing agent, their results will come. However, most real estate agents want to wait for the phone to ring. They want to wait for a referral. If you're a top producing agent and you're making a significant amount of income, there is no waiting. You get out of bed and get right to it. Another mindset shift is choosing your hard. People constantly tell me cold calling is hard. Door knocking is hard. Following up on internet leads is very hard. Doing open houses every weekend is very hard. But let me ask you something. Having no listings, is that hard? Having no clients, is that hard? Having zero income throughout the month, is that hard? What about worrying about paying your bills? Is that hard? The question isn't whether life will be difficult. The question is, which hard are you choosing? Making 10 prospecting calls every morning is uncomfortable. Explaining to your family why your business isn't growing is even more uncomfortable. Choose the discomfort that moves your life forward. Top producers don't avoid discomfort. They run towards it because they understand something most people don't. Growth always lives outside your comfort zone. Moving on to mind shift number 3, and that is that failure doesn't exist. One of the biggest reasons agents never reach their potential is because they're terrified of failure. They're afraid of hearing no. They're afraid of losing listings. They're afraid of making mistakes. They're afraid of embarrassing themselves. But let me ask you, what exactly is failure? You lose a listing. Was that failure or feedback? A buyer chooses another agent. Is that failure or feedback? Your social media marketing efforts aren't generating leads. Is that failure or feedback? Every successful realtor you'll ever admire has lost listings. They've had contracts fall apart. They've had inspections go sideways. They've had deals die the day before closing. The average agent makes failure personal. Elite agents make failure educational. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, they ask, what can I learn? Instead of saying, I'll never get another listing, they ask, what could I improve in my presentation? Every setback contains a lesson. So if you're willing to learn, you'll never truly lose. Moving on to mind shift number 4, and that is that fear is the door. Let me ask you a difficult question. What are you avoiding? Making videos, calling expired listings, talking to strangers, asking for referrals, hiring an assistant, building a team. Whatever you're avoiding, there's a good chance that your next level of success is hidden right behind that door. Fear has a funny way of exaggerating reality. Before you make those calls, your mind tells you they're going to yell at you. They're going to reject you. They're going to hang up. It's dinner time. I don't want to avoid their family dinner. It's Sunday. They're most likely at church. It's the mid-afternoon. They're probably having lunch. Believe me, I made up every excuse under the sun when I first got into real estate. I had call reluctance. And if you're scared of being on the phone or you're worried about rejection, let me stop you from wasting time. You might as well get out of this business. Just get out because it's not for you. I've gone on hundreds and hundreds of listing appointments, hundreds and hundreds of buyer presentations. I've gotten the majority, but I've also lost a ton over the last 20 years. And whenever I have failure, on to the next one. What did I learn? What can I do better so I can convert the next client? For the next 30 days, every morning, ask yourself one question. What would a $1 million agent do today? And then do it. If it's making prospect calls, do it. If it's following up, do it. If you're asking for referrals, do it. If it's shooting video, do it. Don't wait till you feel ready. Action creates confidence. Confidence creates momentum, and momentum creates success. We have hundreds of agents at VIP Realty. We have agents that sell a couple of homes a year, and we've had agents that sell over 100 homes a year. The difference is their mindset. They're always positive. They believe in themselves. They put in the work. They're dedicated. They provide maximum effort each and every day. This business is not very complicated. If you do not put in the effort into yourself, it will resonate with your clients. I haven't gone on a listing presentation in 15 years, but I've done it so many times over the years that I know for a fact, to this day, I will beat 99% of you in regards to obtaining a listing because my communication skills, my presentation skills have been sharpened over the years, and I've done it hundreds and hundreds of times. But before I ever went to that kitchen table to present what Richard Soto and VIP Realty could do to sell the home fast for top dollar with the least amount of hassle, I practiced at home hundreds of times. So when I had the opportunity, I was able to knock it out the park. And unfortunately, most agents, they want to practice when they have an opportunity. And that is a terrible mindset, guys. I love this quote that says, it is better to be prepared and not have an opportunity than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of this series. Next week, we're going to go into the daily habits of top producing agents. So I'll see you next week for part 2. And if you have some questions, thoughts, feedback, comments, please leave them in the comments below.